Hello. It's been a long time, hasn't it? I think November, was the last time I was on. Reason mainly because I haven't been brewing. Weather being absolutely atrocious. It's done nothing but rain since November. Pretty much every day, I think. I did one beer so far this year, which was my spring beer, Citra and Cascade, and I didn't do a video on it or anything about it, mainly because it's not very good. It was completely clear, the last one I poured, but this is kicked. This is just kicked now when I went to do this video. So it's not that, I say it's not that great. I have drunk a keg, but it's taken me a month and a half, possibly to drink it. Month and a half, something like that. Which isn't like me, I know. However, so yes, this is the spring beer, Citra and Cascade. Mostly based on, sorry, the heater's just kicked in, I'll turn that off. Mostly based on the spring beer from the Bible, but I then didn't have, I think it's not Motueka, is it? I think it's a New Zealand hop. Anyway, I didn't have any. I had Citra and I added Cascade. So my version is Citra and Cascade, but the malt bill's exactly the same. The bittering levels are the same and the bittering times are the same. It's just that I didn't use... I will have a look. It's not Motueka, is it? It's... I might as well just look, hadn't I? It's just as easy to look. What is it? Spring beer, there it is. White tie, that's it. Oh, Galaxy and White tie. Completely different. Yeah. Galaxy, I had Galaxy, but I had absolute shitloads of Citra, so I went to use Citra. And it's one of my favourite hops. And I went with Cascade because I had some as well. I don't know, I like the Citra, the bite obviously. However, the Cascade sort of, almost like a coconut, lychee feel, and it just, for me, it doesn't work that well. Yeah, personally, it's not the greatest. Now, I have some news, I have things to talk about, so that's why I started this. I had a delivery arrived today. You may see up there the Goose Step Session IPA pump clip sent to me by Mr. John Campbell of Red Dog Ales. Now, alongside that, I got a shit ton of beer off him. Last weekend, I met up with John Campbell himself of Red Dog Ales and Mr. Michael Hall. And you might imagine, two big guys and me, it was quite odd looking, I suppose. I looked like their child. Every time I went across the road, I felt I should hold their hands and they swing me. Anyway, yeah, fucking brilliant day. Loved every second of it. We drank lots of beers, chatted a lot about beers, had a laugh, and Michael gave me some beers. I have two of his beers that he made himself still to try. That's his True Parish. That looks very, very, very clear. So I guess that's based on the Trooper and 8% Lambic. Now I will do videos on those when I get round to it. And also Mr. John Campbell sent me a shitload of beers. He sent me two of each of these. Brilliant, man. His Pit Black Stout. Is Campbell's Premium Bitter. Is Goose Step Session IPA. And his Rose Tattoo English Pale Ale. Now, I have to admit, I've had one of the bitters already. He sent me two of each of those. So I had one of the premium bitters already. And my father-in-law had one of the pale ales already. So we've had a beer each so far. And I have to say, very fucking nice. The bitter was fantastic. Father-in-law absolutely loved the pale ale. Really nice, really tasty. Now, they're all bottle conditioned. I haven't let them sit too long, but he says drink them at room temperature. So out here in the shed at the minute, it's kind of coolish, warmish. You know, we've started to get sunshine today. It's in the sun. It was warm, but obviously it's still keep freezing out of the sun. Yeah, so they'll sit in here and they'll be fine. They'll be perfect. So I'll do a review. I'm not gonna do the pale ale because I'm saving that to do with something else. On last weekend's session with Mike and John, one of my friends, my good friend Max, came with us. He can neck a pint. Not as fast as John, but he can keep going and going, necking them, and he does. Anyway, John has asked that Max and I both review his beers because he wants to get a double review out there, but the both of us review his beers. So I'll keep that, then we can split the beer at an opportune time when we can both sit down and do a beer tasting. Having only one of those left and one of the bitters, I'll keep those aside for that occasion. So what I will do though is I'll have the Goose Step Session IPA. Now, a try is a must with this juicy sipper. 3 American hops that are Chinook, Citra and Azacca will keep you coming back for this Session IPA. 4.2 sessionable. Sounds fantastic. I mean, what more do you want? Citra, Azacca and Chinook. Oh, banging. Right, so I'll get that cracked open and into a glass and we'll just talk about that. So yeah, it was an absolutely cracking day. I showed the variety of pubs, bars and such that Whitby has to offer. They were really impressed and really enjoyed. Went up to the brewery, had a couple of beers there. However, the tours weren't on until April, so we couldn't do the tours. But they just had a massive new kit put in, and most of it is in the drinking area of the brewery. So we had a bit of a look and a nosy at stuff. Saw their brutal kit stuff that they have there still. Some of the smaller kit. I don't know whether they're it was the for small batch brewery bit or whether they were small batch ferments. I couldn't really see. We couldn't tell. I think they were for the small batch kits that they like to do. Very small batch stuff. I will say, look, yeah, it's a bit hazy. As the bottle conditioned and they only arrived today, and I've only just put them in here. They've been sat maybe an hour. I know I should leave it a day or so don't judge it on clarity because this is my bad. It's got nice head on it already, hasn't it? Nice, look at that creamy foam head. Oh yes, yeah. So we did places like the Green Dragon, which I talk about a lot, which is the bottle shop come tap room. The S Vaults, which is the sister place of the Green Dragon, which is the new one, which is just a bar really, tap room stroke bar. We did a couple of traditional old school pubs that do a lot of cask stuff. Yeah, we mixed it up. We couple of micro pubs. It was a good day. It was a very good day. Look at that creamy meringue head. Lovely, isn't it? So I've got to dig my way into this. I know. Was I get a little bit of bitterness off the creamy foam? I always do. I mean, once you get into the beer, it's a little less bitter than that. I do not like the bitterness of Whitby Brewery's beers. I did mention this to John and Mike when we were up there, and before we got there, that personally I find certainly their IPA and such too bitter. I think John agreed with me at the time, whether that was me just saying, oh, I find it really bitter, or and kind of predisposed him to think about that. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, let's go in here. smooth, very smooth. Definitely not, I don't know, good carb. Certainly not bitter. Such an IPA, so you expect bitterness, but not over bitter like Whitby Brewery's beers are. Personally, that's a good bitterness. It's smooth. The aroma's not punching out like it's not like massive in your face punchiness, but it's nice. Sits there. It's clean, crisp, fruity. With a finishing bitterness, not over, but yeah, nice and smooth, very smooth, very nice. What can I say? It's very good, John. Very good indeed. And there's a reason why you are now the professional. Congratulations. So, that is an absolute, such an IPA. Good step. Oh, and me. Gets the Graham Preston seal of approval there, I would say. Definitely one to try if you get the chance. Go for it. I don't know what yeast it is. Obviously, he doesn't mention, and he doesn't mention the recipe, obviously, because he's now a professional. We don't do that with professionals, you know. Certainly not on the bottle. You don't put it on the bottle. I'm putting the rest in. Even the yeasty bit. I'm going to put the yeasty bit in. See if I get anything off that. Any flavour profile, maybe. Give it a little shake. I'll be honest, the malt sits quite strongly on this. Now, these days I get the feeling that John's quite a cask man, rather than a keg man. I might be wrong. It may be that you are more still casked, or keg still, but I kind of get the feeling you certainly like your cask beer. Certainly know that. Yeah, kind of smooth. The fact that they're still bottle condition, that's nice old school kind of way of doing it. And you get a smoother bitterness, don't you? You do get a, not bitter, carbonation. That smoother carbonation without the... Is it carbolic acid? You get that taste of the carbonation that you get when you're putting beer yourself on a cake like this. I mean, I can taste the... It's almost metallic, tangy carbonation, which is that carbolic acid? Is that a thing? Or am I just making shit up again? I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've done a video. It's a long time since I've really taken my time to read stuff and look into all this stuff. And there's a lot I've forgotten. A lot. Yeah, an absolute lovely beer. So what else has been happening? Well, whilst it was raining over the last 4 months, 3 months, whatever it is, I came in here last month, I think it was, to kind of clean the place up a bit, start doing the spring clean stuff, and I noticed a wet patch on the floor, like a big wet patch, and I couldn't work out how or where. It wasn't the back wall felt dry, which is the floor and the sides a bit, and then I looked up and I noticed this, like here. It's probably a bit easy if I show it. Like, this stuff was bulging, and let me just turn you a bit so you can see. Yeah, so here was bulging, really bulging, and I put a bucket underneath and slit it, and it pissed out. Absolutely pissed out. So I had to change all the felt, take the felt off, refelt it. I'd already strip all this out, clean up and tidy up and such, and redo things. However, in the process of doing this, I lost one of my Teku glasses. So I'm outside hammering away. Obviously it's shaking the place, and yeah, one of the Teku glasses fell off the shelf, smashed, and I thought it was one of these. I think I have another one of these, and I lost one of these as well. But yes, I still have a Teku glass from London Craft Beer Festival, and I still have one of those Stormtroopers, so it wasn't such a bad thing. But yeah, it happens, doesn't it? These things, we do lose glasses over time. And speaking of which, I don't know if I showed you this before. I managed to buy this recently. It's only tiny. Look at it. It's 200ml, but Kolsch glass. Nice little Kolsch glass. I'm looking forward to just a little summer sipper kind of thing. Nice. So yeah, I've had to refelt the roof. That's pretty much brewery wise what I've done. Reorganised and done things in here, tidied up, cleaned out, stripped a load of stuff, got rid of all of my bottles from down below. I'll show you. Yeah. All the bottles I had down there, all gone. So all the like flip top bottles and stuff. Just clean the whole place out. Spring clean, get rid of all the shit. Kind of thing. Still very crowded in here. But yeah, I'm a bit happier with the layout and stuff and where things are, and a bit tidier, a bit neater and cleaner, which is good. So there we go. That's kind of where we're at. I haven't got anything prepped to brew. I should have, but I don't. I've been off all this week, and I did mean to brew, but it's not been the greatest of weather. Today is the first day where we've had nice weather. However, it's Saturday. I spent the week stripping wallpaper, the hallway and everything. It's just been one of those weeks where it's like, yeah, it would have been nice if it was good weather, but I wouldn't have got the work done if it was nice, kind of thing. So it's a 50-50 thing. But yes, it was a great weekend last weekend. So did the Saturday with Mike, John, and my mate Max. Then on the Sunday, Max came around and we watched the Man City Liverpool game with a case of beer. I enjoyed that. Then went down to the S Vaults for a drink or two before toddling home, and then spending a day or so recovering from that weekend. God, you get to a certain age and you just can't do it, can you? I mean, that was quite a sesh the Saturday, and then to restart and do it again on the Sunday. There used to be a time when I could cope with that, but no, I've been eating salad all week just to recover, just lots of salad and veg and fruit just to sit down my neck, just to try and kind of build up a bit of health meter kind of thing. But yes, beer's back on, yeah, on it again. Yeah, I will look into what to brew again now that the weather has picked up. My problem is I brew outside all the time now. It has to be. I'm not allowed in the kitchen, and we just haven't had the weather, have we? It's been fucking awful. When did we get to the point where it just rains and rains and rains every bloody day? And I bet we still end up with a fucking hosepipe ban in the summer. Rant over. Tomorrow, Dylan comes back from Oxford, Worcester College. I haven't seen him in 10 weeks, so he's had exams, he's been quite stressed, and he has a new girlfriend. Serena, she's from Hong Kong, she's on the same course as him, doing law, and he seems very happy with her. What she sees in Dylan, I don't know, but there you go. Thomas is doing wonderful. We just went for his parents' evening yesterday. However, because of he's on SEN, which is for kids who show signs of autism, etc. So he's on what's called SEN, I think, and he's monitored and checked and has a special need kind of thing. So ours was in the daytime rather than evening, so we went and did that, and absolutely amazing. To the point where they're like, do you know what, we're close to taking him off the SEN because he's no different from any other kid anymore, and that's brilliant. That's great news. His diabetes, he's still on the pump and monitor. So he has a monitor on his arm, pump with it's like a real, not a catheter, what do you call it? I can't remember what the cannula. So he has a cannula on his ass. That's a painful ass. His ass is like a pincushion, so he has a cannula. And his arms, which is a pincushion as well, with a cannula for the monitor. And that runs him brilliantly, and that's going strong, and he's happy. And he's just got to remember when he does exercise that he has to put exercise on. He's really into his swimming now, getting right into swimming, so he's really enjoying things at the minute. Everything else is pretty tickety-boo. Yeah, I can't believe I just used the word tickety-boo. I haven't used that in a long time. But yes, everything's running nice, smoothly. And the whole reason I haven't done a video is just literally because I have not had anything to talk about. I've done no brewing, and that's why I do these videos about brewing. And I've done one brew, and it wasn't great, so I hadn't done anything really about that. But then, big weekend, meeting the guys, great to do. For anyone at LCBF, I am fully booked now. Trains booked, hotels booked, tickets booked. And I'm there for the Thursday evening and Friday morning session and night. And so I'm booked into the Premier Inn for Thursday night and Friday night. So if any of you are there early, it'll be nice to meet up and have a few night before beers and a bit of a chat. And if not, I'll see you at the Friday session, the big Friday session. Talking John into doing it, John Campbell. And me, obviously he can do it trade now. He can just get a 3 trade ticket. So I look forward to seeing you all there. And talk shit, drink beer, and have a good time. Maybe eat some good food as well. So I pretty much after 22 minutes, it's been my longest for a long time. So I don't have any stories of Whitby to do for you. I haven't really thought about anything like that for a long time. So I think we'll call it quits here. We'll leave it. The football was great on the Sunday. Annoyed we didn't get the penalty, but I was 50-50 at the time. My mate Max, he was traumatised. We definitely should have had the penalty. And I mean, it means that for everybody else, yes, it's great. The 1 point between 3 teams is brilliant. But for obviously as a Liverpool fan, I prefer to be 20 points ahead and winning everything. But there you go. Life isn't like that, is it? So, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Or I should do it again and press the right button.